the tangle of briar bushes. The first gunshot hit the ground inches away. The second blew through the branches above her head. She scrambled backward, shoving through the thicket, not caring how much noise she made. They knew she was there. If she didn't escape, she would die. A third bullet struck the ground in front of her, splintering dead branches. She froze, afraid of making the wrong move, of crawling into the path of the next bullet. She didn't want to die, not out here in the middle of nowhere, not before she had a chance to live all the dreams she had put on hold for her career. A fourth shot split the night, and she cringed, expecting to feel the impact. Instead, she heard a high-pitched cry of pain and the unmistakable sound of retreat. Branches breaking, twigs snapping, feet pounding on nearly frozen earth. Then, silence. She had no idea what had happened, and she wasn't going to wait to find out. She crawled out of the thicket, staying low and moving fast. The moon was bright, her night vision clear. She scanned the area. No flashlights, no dark shadows moving through the trees. She was alone, or seemed to be. A creek burbled nearby. She could hear water swirling over rocks and pebbles. A stream or creek would lead to civilization. At least that's how it always seemed to work in movies. She'd find the stream and follow it until she reached a house or business. It wasn't a great plan. There were probably 1,000,000 holes in it, but it was the only one she had. She headed toward the sound, picking her way down a steep ravine. Her feet slipped as she reached the bottom. She grabbed a sapling to keep from falling. She needed to be more careful. If she fell and was injured, she would never make it out alive. She made it to the creek bed and followed the flow of water as it bubbled across smooth stones. She was heading downstream. She knew that. Hopefully, downstream would eventually lead to a house, a road, or a business. She had no idea how far she was from safety. Sweet Valley Dude Ranch was a 2,000-acre working cattle operation located 10 miles west of Briarwood, Texas. There were thousands of acres of hill country and wilderness surrounding it. If she didn't make it out on her own, she doubted a search party would be able to find her. She was a tiny speck of humanity in a vast expanse of woodland, easily lost, not easily found. A branch snapped at the top of the ravine, the sound sending chills down her spine. Had they found her again? It didn't seem possible or probable. They'd left while she was in the thicket. She hadn't seen their lights or them when she had exited it. And yet she couldn't shake the feeling that she wasn't alone. She whirled toward the sound. She had no weapons, no armor that could protect her from bullets, but she would face whatever was coming head on. And she would fight. She expected a frontal attack. She was grabbed from behind, a steel-like arm wrapping around her torso. A hand pressed over her mouth. Everything happened so quickly she didn't have time to turn, to scream, to run. Her arms were trapped at her sides. She kicked, trying to connect with a knee or shin, threw herself backward, desperate to unbalance her attacker. His grip tightened. "Stop. They're still out here, and I have a limited supply of ammo. We need to keep quiet, okay?" A man whispered in her ear, the voice vaguely familiar. She nodded. "You're not going to scream if I release you? You're not going to run?" She shook her head. His grip eased, his arms dropping away. She spun to face him, saw the cowboy hat first, the 5 o'clock shadow, broad shoulders, eyes that looked straight into hers, a familiar face to go with the familiar voice. Very familiar. "Mac?" she whispered. MacArthur Davis owned Sweet Valley Dude Ranch. He had hired her to assist his cook who prepared meals for Dude Ranch guests and for the ranch hands. He didn't know her real identity, just the fictitious one assigned to her by the U.S. Marshals. He had no idea that she was witness to a murder, or that a very dangerous man wanted her dead. "You need to get out of here," she whispered. "We need to get out of here," he corrected. "Mac, you don't understand." "I understand perfectly."